They can hear it in your voice before you even finish the sentence. The tremor you try to hide, the little laugh you use as camouflage, the smile that shows your teeth but not your power. You tell yourself you look fine. But predators don't read your words. They read your nervous system. And that is why certain people keep testing you. They don't hate you. They hunt for proof that you can be moved. Because the moment you look bothered, you become steerable. You become entertainment. You become leverage. You already know this feeling. Someone throws a cheap comment in public. Someone ignores you on purpose. Someone says your name with that tone. And inside, your blood rises like a siren. You want to react. You want to correct the disrespect. You want to explain. You want to win the moment. That's exactly what they want. Today, you learn the most brutal social skill on earth. How to show nothing while you feel everything. How to keep cold eyes when your mind is on fire. How to look unbothered even when you're not. Because the one who cannot be read cannot be controlled. By the end of this, you will have a complete mask you can put on in seconds. Not fake confidence. Controlled exposure. You'll know what to do with your eyes, your face, your posture, your timing, your voice, and your silence. You'll know how to slow the room down when someone tries to speed you up, how to absorb a provocation without swallowing it, how to look bored when you're boiling, how to make them doubt their own power for even trying. This is not about being emotionless. It's about being unreadable. Because when you look unbothered, people stop aiming at you. And when they stop aiming at you, you can finally aim back. Let's begin. Understand the game first. Being bothered is not a feeling. It is a signal, and signals invite pressure. Most people think the danger is the insult, the rejection, the disrespect. No, the danger is the leak that follows, the micro flinch, the quick explanation, the overlaugh, the sudden change in tone. That is the moment you hand them the steering wheel. Cold eyes is not anger. Cold eyes is absence of permission. It says, I saw that, I am not impressed, and I will not rush to fix what you broke. When someone tries to get a rise out of you, they are buying information. They want to know where your pride lives, where your insecurity hides, what kind of person you become when you feel threatened. If you react fast, you pay them with free data. If you stay still, you make their investment worthless. So we are building a system, a sequence you can run when you feel heat in your chest, a way to keep your face quiet while your mind stabilizes, a way to slow your body down so your emotions have nowhere to spill. This is the principle. You do not defeat provocation with a better comeback. You defeat it by refusing the tempo. They want a performance. You give them a pause. They want your face to confess. You give them a blank page. They want you to chase clarity. You let confusion sit on their side of the table. Cold eyes is controlled time. And time is the weapon that turns you from target into threat. Rule 1. Win the first 2 seconds or lose the whole room. The moment a provocation lands, your body tries to answer before your mind does. Eyes widen, brows lift, mouth opens, a tiny inhale. That's the leak. That's the receipt they wanted. So your first rule is this. Do nothing for 2 seconds, not in a dramatic way, not in a frozen, scared way, in a disciplined way, like a door that doesn't open just because someone knocks loud. When you feel the spike, anchor your face to one expression, neutral contempt, not disgust, not anger, just a quiet lack of interest. Your eyes don't dart, your eyebrows don't climb, your mouth doesn't try to defend you, your jaw stays heavy, your lips stay lazy. You are not performing innocence, you are withholding access. Here's the inner script. Let it burn, let it rise, let it pass. I don't move on their timing. This 2-second hold does 3 things. First, it breaks their rhythm. Provocateurs are drummers. They need you to clap on cue. If you delay, the beat collapses and they look foolish for trying. Second, it buys you control of the next choice. If you respond instantly, you respond from emotion. If you pause, you respond from position. Third, it tells the room you are not easy to pull. People watch reactions the way animals watch weakness. When you don't flinch, everyone recalculates you. 2 seconds is nothing. But in social warfare, 2 seconds is the difference between being bait and being the blade. Rule 2. Slow your body until their power feels fake. Being unbothered is mostly physics, not mindset. Your mind can scream while your body looks calm, and the body is what people believe. Provocation works because it speeds you up. It pulls you into their tempo, fast speech, fast explaining, fast reacting, fast emotions. So you do the opposite. You move like time belongs to you. First, slow your breath without making it obvious. 1 long inhale through the nose, 1 longer exhale through the mouth with your lips barely parted. Quiet, heavy, like you're letting smoke out. Then slow your head. If you need to turn gradually. If you need to look at them, land your gaze and keep it there. No bouncing, no scanning, no checking the room for approval. You're not asking anyone if you should be offended. You're deciding what deserves your attention. Now, the cold eyes. The trick is not to stare harder. That looks emotional. The trick is to soften the eyes while keeping them locked. Like you're looking through them, not at them. Like they are a window with nothing interesting outside. Add 1 controlled blink, slow, deliberate, not sleepy, not submissive. A blink that says, I'm processing whether you matter. And the longer you take, the smaller they feel. If they keep talking, don't match their speed. Let them burn fuel. You stay economical. When they finish, don't answer immediately. Let the silence sit for half a beat longer than polite. That silence is pressure. It forces them to hear themselves. It forces the room to notice who is calm and who is chasing. They wanted a spike from you. You give them a temperature drop. When your body slows down, their aggression starts to look like desperation, and desperation is never intimidating. It is loud weakness trying to pretend its authority. Rule 3. Speak like you're already done with them. When you're not unbothered, your voice betrays you first. It gets sharp, it speeds up, it explains too much. It tries to prove you're not hurt. That's how you lose. Cold eyes need a cold voice. Not loud, not soft, flat, clean, final. Your goal is to sound like a verdict, not a debate. So you cut the words down, short sentences, no extra adjectives, no storytelling, no emotional punctuation. If you talk too long, you reveal you care. Use downward inflection. End your sentences like you're closing a file, not like you're asking a question, not like you're hoping they understand. And never rush to defend yourself. Defense is an admission that the attack landed. The more you defend, the more you validate their authority to judge you. If they accuse you, you don't say, "That's not what I meant." You say, "That's your interpretation." If they insult you, you don't say, "Why would you say that?" You say, "Noted." If they push for a reaction, you don't say, "I'm calm." You say, "I heard you," then you stop. Silence is what gives your words teeth. If you keep talking after the line, you turn a blade into a spoon. Here's the rule that separates amateurs from predators. You don't speak to be understood. You speak to set a boundary in the air. 1 line, 1 pause, 1 calm stare. They came for an emotional performance. Give them a receipt with no emotion on it. Rule 4. Use the micro smile that insults without words. Most people think a smile is warmth. In power games, a smile can be a knife with a silk handle. When you're bothered, your face tightens, your mouth goes thin, your eyes go sharp. That reads as injury. Injury invites more pressure. So you replace the leak with something colder than anger, a micro smile. 1 corner, half a second, no teeth, no warmth in the eyes. It communicates 3 things at once. First, you are not shocked. Shock is surrender. The micro smile says, "I expected this level from you." Second, you are not threatened. Threat makes you serious. The micro smile says, "You are small enough to be amusing." Third, you are not recruiting allies. When people feel attacked, they look around for backup. That makes them look weak. The micro smile keeps your attention locked on the person without begging the room to rescue you. The key is precision. Too big, and you look nervous. Too long, and you look emotional. It should appear and disappear like a glitch. A flicker of contempt that doesn't need a speech. Pair it with one slow blink after. Not fast blinking, not wide eyes. One calm blink that says, "I'm deciding what to do with you." This move works because it flips the hierarchy. They tried to make you react like a subordinate who must respond. You answer like someone who is entertained by their attempt. And here's the dark part. Once you smile like that, you are now the judge in the room. They are the performer. They start explaining. They start justifying. They start talking more. Let them. Your calm amusement is a mirror. It forces them to look ridiculous without you saying a single cruel word. Rule 5. Make your stillness the punishment. Most people think punishment is aggression. It's not. Aggression is noisy. Punishment is withdrawal. When someone disrespects you, they're trying to pull you into contact. They want your attention, your energy, your explanation, your emotional labor. Even hatred feeds them. Even arguments make them real. So you punish them with absence, not childish silence, not sulking, controlled removal. You respond once, if necessary, with a clean line. Then you go still. No extra facial movement, no extra words, no quick follow-up, no nervous jokes to smooth the air. You don't repair the moment they damaged. You let it sit on them. Then you shift your attention away, like you're turning off a light. Look past them to something else. Your phone, your drink, another person, the ceiling. It doesn't matter what. What matters is the message. You are no longer a participant in their game. This is what breaks people. Not rage, not lectures, the feeling of being irrelevant in real time. If they try again, you don't escalate, you downgrade. Shorter answers, slower movement, less eye contact, less engagement. You treat them like a notification you don't open. They can exist, they just can't reach you. Here's the secret. Stillness creates a vacuum, and vacuums force others to fill them. They start talking more, they start justifying, they start trying to win you back into the conversation. That's when you know you have control. Because now the room isn't watching your reaction, the room is watching their discomfort. Cold eyes is not about looking tough, it's about making them feel like their attempt didn't even qualify as a moment. Rule 6. Mirror their heat with boredom, not hostility. If you meet intensity with intensity, you validate them. You tell them their fire reached you. That's a reward. So when they come in hot, you respond like they came in late. Lower your eyelids slightly. Not a glare, a tired, unimpressed look. Let your face say, "This again," then reduce your energy by 30%. Slower voice, smaller gestures, shorter words, less urgency. You're not fighting them, you're demoting them. If they raise their voice, you do not match volume. You drop it. Quiet forces people to lean in. Loud forces people to lean away. Quiet makes you the center. Loud makes them the spectacle. If they talk fast, you talk slower. If they interrupt, you don't race to reclaim the floor. You stop mid-sentence and let them finish, like you're letting a child burn out. Then you resume where you left off, calmly. No irritation, no apology, just continuation. That continuation is dominance. It tells the room, interruptions do not move me. Use one line that frames them as effort. You seem worked up, you're trying hard, this is important to you, and then you let silence do the rest. Those lines are lethal because they reassign emotion. They don't defend you, they diagnose them. Now the room isn't evaluating whether you're offended. The room is evaluating why they're so pressed. That's what cold eyes really is. You don't prove you're unbothered, you make bothered look embarrassing. Rule 7, end the scene before it ends you. Most people lose composure because they stay too long. They keep standing in the heat, hoping it cools down. It doesn't, it spreads. Cold eyes is not only an expression, it's an exit strategy. When you feel yourself tipping, you don't fight the emotion, You cut the exposure. You remove the audience. You remove the oxygen. You don't give them the luxury of watching you process. Here's how it looks. You stop responding mid-loop, not mid-sentence in panic, mid-loop in control. The moment you notice your mind spiraling into proving, defending, explaining, you shut the door. You use a closing line that doesn't invite a reply. We're done here. Not interested. I'll leave you to it. We can talk later. Say it once. Calm, flat. No anger, no apology. Then you move. Movement is the punctuation that makes your boundary real. If you say, "We're done," but you keep standing there, you turn your words into theater. If you say it and you leave, you turn your words into law. And it doesn't have to be dramatic. You can step away, turn to someone else, pick up your phone and walk, go to the bathroom, go get water. Change the subject with another person like the previous moment didn't qualify as a topic. What you're doing is simple. You're refusing to donate your nervous system to someone else's appetite. People who bait you want you trapped in the exchange. They want you stuck inside their frame, reacting until you slip. The exit breaks their grip because it denies them the only thing they came for: continuation. Leave before the emotion gets a face. That is cold eyes at its highest level, not control after damage. Control before the leak. Rule 8. Control your gaze or confess your fear. Your eyes are the first confession. You can keep your mouth disciplined and your body calm, but if your gaze gets jumpy, the room still reads you as shaken. When you're bothered, your eyes do one of two weak things. They either chase approval, flicking to bystanders, searching for a witness, a rescuer, someone to confirm you were wronged, or they avoid the threat, looking away too soon, pretending you didn't feel it. Both are admissions. Cold eyes is simple. You decide where your attention lives, and you keep it there like you paid rent. If you look at them fully, not wide-eyed, not aggressive, just present. Your gaze lands on the bridge of their nose, or one eye, steady enough to feel like a weight. No scanning their face for clues, no checking the room, no looking down like you're negotiating with your shame. Then, and this is the key, you break eye contact on your terms, not because they got louder, not because you got uncomfortable, because you chose to. You can hold for a beat, deliver a short line, then look away calmly as if the matter is decided. That break is dominance. It says, I observed you, I judged you, I moved on. If you need to look away earlier, do it with intention. Turn your head slightly, slow. Look to the side like you're considering something more important than their performance. Not a flinch, not a retreat, a dismissal. And never do the frantic stare of someone trying to win. That's still begging. Cold eyes never begs. The moment you master gaze discipline, something changes. People stop testing you with little jabs because jabs require a target that reacts. And when they can't read your eyes, they can't read your mind. Unreadable eyes turn conflict into fog, and in fog, the reckless walk into walls. Rule 9. Never explain your emotions. Translate them into decisions. The fastest way to look bothered is to narrate your inner world. I'm not mad. You misunderstood me. That's not what I meant. I'm just tired. I don't like when people do that. Every explanation is a plea to be handled gently, and people who test you do not handle gently. They collect your reasons and turn them into buttons. So you stop describing feelings. You start issuing outcomes. Feelings are private. Decisions are public. If something crosses a line, you don't explain the line. You enforce it. You don't say, that hurt. You say, don't speak to me like that. You don't say, I'm stressed right now. You say, we'll continue this later. You don't say, I feel disrespected. You say, that won't work with me. Notice what happens. The moment you shift from emotion to policy, you stop looking reactive and start looking structured, like you have rules, not moods, like you are governed, not shaken. And here's the cold part. Policies do not negotiate with provocations. If they try to bait you into explaining, don't follow them into the swamp. Give them a closed door. I'm not getting into it. I said what I said. You heard me. Then go quiet. This is how you keep cold eyes when your chest is loud. You don't try to prove you're unbothered. You behave like your feelings are irrelevant to the outcome, because the strongest posture in any room is this. I don't need you to understand me. I need you to respect the boundary. Cold eyes is not confidence. It's control of signal. Win the first 2 seconds with a pause. Slow your body until their intensity looks fake. Speak like a verdict, not a debate. Use the micro smile to show contempt without effort. Punish with stillness and withdrawal. Mirror their heat with boredom. Exit before the emotion leaks. Control your gaze so you don't confess fear. And never explain your feelings. Translate them into decisions. They can't control what they can't read. Cold eyes is what you wear when you refuse to be cheap. People will still try you. They'll still toss bait into the water and wait for the splash. But after this, your surface stays quiet, and that quiet becomes your reputation, because they don't fear loud people. Loud people can be steered. They fear the one who doesn't rush, the one who doesn't explain, the one who lets silence stare back, the one who can feel everything and show nothing. That person forces others to behave, not with threats, with uncertainty, with the discomfort of not knowing where they stand. So the next time they test you, don't give them a scene. Give them cold eyes, and let them wonder what you're capable of when you finally decide they matter enough to respond. Like the video if you want more weapons like this. Subscribe if you want to stay unreadable in a world that feeds on reactions. Comment one moment you wish you stayed cold, and I'll tell you what to do next time.